Hey y'all, hope you're having a good day, night, whenever it is that you're watching this video. I'm going to be doing some solo camping in Virginia. I forget what the place is called, should have a description somewhere around here. But first I got to hit storage, grab my tent, cooler, sleeping bag, and of course a pillow, and a few other accessories I forget off the top of my head. Check that out, I found an earring. I wonder if that's real diamonds. About an hour into it, and it looks like I have 27 more minutes and 20 miles. And as you can see, the car is pretty loaded. It's really beautiful out here. By a packed Prius. Had to stop at that convenience store because forgot a lighter. Might come in handy when we set the fire, About 1 mile from the entrance. The main gate was closed for some reason, so I got to go to the park office. Just pulled up to the campground cabin registration area. This place is a little confusing. We'll get it though. Do I need a reservation to camp?
Yes, sir. I do have a site that I can do walk-ins. You will find most weekends your Virginia state parks are going to be close to capacity, if not full, for overnights. I know, back in the day, we all just sort of showed up.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go camping.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I was that same generation. We have a world of planners today.
Things have changed.
Got you tonight.
Okay.
And I'm so glad. We're going to get you set up for future stays. This is the park. You've driven in. You are now here. Are you looking for a tent or an RV site?
I have a tent.
Okay.
And I have a kayak.
So if you're looking for that, that's called a standard site. Usually they're running about $30 a night. There's a $5 transaction fee plus the state tax. In your check-in package, you get a map of our campground. We get the best sunsets I'm gonna tell you, and we don't know why, because it's kind of a nice site. 5 is a standard tent site. It's a pull-through. Any traffic coming around, the lights aren't gonna come into here. 5 gets forgotten. And the way this tent pad is compared to where that tent pad is, you might like that one. Is $36.59. How would you like to take care of that? First cash.
I know, people are like, what is paper?
No, $36.59. It's the first time I've done it cash this way. I'm usually in the visitor center with the snakes. Out of 40, if you find that you have an actual cell signal, you can feel free.
I have to call and change it, right?
You don't need to change it. You just
okay.
give me a call and tell me where you actually landed. Welcome to Lake Anna.
Thank you
I'm
so
glad
much.
I had a site, and I appreciate you bearing with me, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Fantastic.
Wow. Well, she was nice. Sort of still confused about the whole thing, but I think I have my own option of where I want to camp. Somewhere in here. And she said lot 5, I believe it was really good, really nice, but I'm still trying to figure out like where I am, where I'm going. So this is my campsite. So I just finished setting up the camp, and looks pretty good for now. Only got a few hours of daylight, I think, but it also looks like it might rain. So right now, I think I want to try to find that beach everybody's talking about. Looks like we're finally getting close to something. That looks like a beach. Hopefully that's the beach we've been looking for the past 45 minutes. Bingo. Wow, this is really beautiful. Extremely peaceful around here as well. Not sure what this is, but looks promising. Guess that would be the place to have a barbecue, picnic, family, get together, anything really. Man, I'm in love with this. Got 2 jet skiers out there. They are flying too. So now we are on the trail that's called the Railroad Trail. And I think this trail just follows the water. Absolutely breathtaking views. I'd have to rate this trail for the beginner. It's perfect. And as you can see, there's nothing to be worried about here. I don't even see any stumps. I mean, there are like one or two here and there, but I mean, that's not bad. So I'm getting a little hangry. I think it might be time to go back to camp and make a meal, or at least have a step 2. Home sweet home. I am currently on the hunt for some kindling. That's not looking too good. Hope it doesn't rain. So I know everybody has their own way of, like, you know, coming to a campsite without power. How do you supply power? And the way I use is I use these like UPS backup batteries, and I put them in parallel, as you can see here. And then I have an XT60 connector, a female. And what I do is I have a bunch of these connectors laying around from previous projects and whatever else. So when I plug that in, now I have enough power to power a charge, you know, whatever I need to charge. This is the air mattress pump, and it works off 12 volts. And I just have one of these connectors, and it just plugs in there. So what kind of power do you use? Generator? Sort of battery like this? Tesla battery? What do you use? Before we lose too much light in the day, I'll show you what's for dinner. Got these sausages and frozen pack of shrimp already peeled, and basically a mixed vegetable medley. Got my butter, a clove of garlic, and shredded cheese. They're still kind of frozen, so I want to let these defrost for a while. And the only remaining sunlight that we have, sky is looking kind of blue. Hey Siri, what's the temperature outside?
It's 63 degrees right now.
And yay! We get some rain. That's okay though. Hopefully it stops. I'll put a tarp on top of the fire pit so the firewood does not get any more wet than it already is. It is just still really coming down. While we're waiting for the rain to slow down or stop. I mean, stop would be great. We're gonna start preparing this. Chop up this garlic. It is very ripe. Take our butter, and what I like to do is just cut it in quarters, and then long, and some aluminum foil, our butter, shredded cheese, 4-blend. Sprinkle the bottom. Mixed vegetables. Oh yeah. Layer it on top. Don't mix that up. It's gonna be amazing. And I like to use this stuff. It's really good. It works basically on anything. Let's go ahead and sprinkle that on the top. Not too much. Sort of like a burrito, but not really. And that's what I like to call an easy camping surf and turf. So I don't think it's going to stop raining. It's been raining pretty bad for the past 4 hours. almost 11. And I hate to say it, but I think I'm going to call it a night. So hopefully the rain stops tomorrow and we can go kayaking and we can do a little bit more hiking. But for right now, I'm out. Oh boy. Well, it's 4:30 in the morning-ish, maybe even closer to 5. So what happened was, I got up for something, maybe it was around like 3 or so. I put my feet down, I didn't have shoes on. I put my feet down like on the bottom of the tent, and it felt like a waterbed. That's how much it's rained, and that's how much it's still raining. When I picked the campsite, like my campsite, I guess I didn't take into consideration if it does rain, I'm sort of like located in the downhill part of it. So when it does rain, all that water has got to go somewhere. And it all pretty much went in my campsite. All the campsites, which is really cool. What they do is they use 4x4s and they encompass where they want you to put your tent, and they put a whole bunch of rocks down. All of the water went into that area and just pretty much got flooded. So when I put my feet down in the tent and hit the water, I knew something was wrong immediately. Got my flashlight, started walking around, and noticed it is absolutely pouring. The whole bottom of my tent is, I was basically about to float away. Packed up in a hurry, and I'm on the road. I stopped and got some coffee, and I've got about another 48 minutes to go, so I should be all right. But you know, it is what it is. You can't win them all. When it is a good time to come back, I would love to come back and really check that place out, because it is really beautiful. And unfortunately, what happened to me, you know, it happened. So heading home. And I also want to say a few more things. The staff there are simply incredible. They are very, very courteous. They go out of their way to help you out. I mean, they went out of their way so far to pick the perfect campsite for me, you know, even though it wasn't the perfect campsite. And I'm not blaming them at all. It's simply just not their fault. It's just the layout, and I don't think they were expecting that much rain to actually happen. But it certainly did. So just a word to the wise, if you do plan to go camping there, try to pick your campground that isn't on like the bottom of the hill. Because if you do, and if it does rain, if it rains a lot like it happened to me, you could get flooded out. But other than that, I had a really good time. I just really wish I got to take my kayak out. You know, whatever. Like I said, it is what it is, and I will definitely go back. Up next, I take a camping trip to Burke Lake Park in Fairfax Station, Virginia, and finally get the chance to kayak and chow down on my famous surf and turf.